Was it all just a dream?
God bless you, Florida. Thank you.
Did the last 4 years not really happen? Look, there's Ben Affleck. He's often in my dreams. And the taxi driver guy, he was there too. And little Stevie Wonder, he seemed so happy, like a miracle had taken place. Was it a dream? Or was it real? It was election night 2000, and everything seemed to be going as planned.
In New York, Al Gore is our projected winner.
The Garden State is green for Gore.
We project that Mr. Gore is the winner in Delaware. This state has voted with the winner in
Excuse me 1 second. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Mike, you know I wouldn't do this if it weren't big. Florida goes for Al Gore.
CNN announces that we call Florida in the Al Gore column.
Then something called the Fox News Channel called the election in favor of the other guy.
I interrupt you. Fox News now projects George W. Bush the winner in Florida, and thus it appears the winner of the presidency of the United States.
All of a sudden, the other network said, hey, if Fox said it, it must be true.
All of us at the networks made a mistake and projected Florida in the Al Gore column. It was our mistake.
Now, what most people don't know is that the man who was in charge of the decision desk at Fox that night, the man who called it for Bush, was none other than Bush's first cousin, John Ellis. How does someone like Bush get away with something like this? Well, first, it helps if your brother is the governor of the state in question.
You know something? We are going to win Florida. Mark my words. You can write it down.
Second, make sure the chairman of your campaign is also the vote counting woman, and that her state has hired a company that's going to knock voters off the rolls who aren't likely to vote for you. You can usually tell them by the color of their skin. Then make sure your side fights like it's life or death.
I think all this talk about legitimacy is way overblown.
And hope that the other side will just sit by and wait for the phone to ring. And even if numerous independent investigations prove that Gore got the most votes,
if there was a statewide recount under every scenario, Gore won the election.
It won't matter, just as long as all your daddy's friends on the Supreme Court vote the right way.
While I strongly disagree with the court's decision, I accept it.
What we need now is acceptance.
in October 2003, the first Chinese citizen saw his homeland from outer space, and the mythology and dreams of thousands of years became a reality. Our songs of how the earth is our garden and our pride in surviving our long history suddenly became more vivid and clear. Who are the Chinese? What makes us who we are? But even before this momentous chapter in our history, Chinese people have always regarded themselves from multifaceted angles. Is tradition a burden or a kind of driving force for development? Do we take our cultural heritage too seriously or not seriously enough? Do you see conflict or fusion, nostalgia or visions of the future? In 1979, China opened the biggest window in the world to the outside. And China suddenly dazzled people with a panorama of change. Some might argue that under such huge material and mental stimulation, it would be hard to maintain equilibrium.
在我心目中，中国是一个包容性非常强的国家。
它是一个很有文化的一个国家，
又有历史的沧桑感，但是呢，又在日新月异的变化。
But after 30 years, the world has seen how much China's profound history and cultural essence has given lead us to flexibility and unity when facing vast transformation.
加入世贸以后，整个国力的增强，使得中国人更加自信，也更加开放。
Observers must admit, in its meeting with the world, China has preserved its own special character. 30 years of opening has been a time of bravely facing the new and stepping forward on a path of our own choosing. Several respected international polls rank us #1 in terms of public confidence in the future.
We don't have the power to change it. We obviously, if you're in media and you're concerned with what's going on in the world, you'd like to make a difference by putting forward your opinions.
Fox believes viewers should make their own judgments on important issues.
The biggest stories, fair and balanced. There are two sides to every story. Only one show delivers.
Like other networks, we're not rooting for anyone.
Radicals, Islamic.
Muslim school children are brain. Liberals don't care about blacks. They don't care about women.
The communists
Watch to become suicide. They don't care about gays. They care about destroying the
communist socialists will work together.
Family so that you have one loyalty, and that is to the state.
This network is helping fight the media war, and the American people have been dumb.
It is too late to stop Iran's nuclear program.
Six Flags Amusement Park near Chicago is celebrating diversity with Muslim Family Day.
And not one mention of terror, the war on terror, or terrorism.
Yeah.
What do you make of it?
Al-Qaeda operatives in Iran training in aircraft to fly into either buildings in a 9/11 style.
The group organizing the event could have been involved in financing the September 11th
suggestion that somebody knock off Osama.
Obama. Well, both, which we could.
The reason that he's considered such a big deal is simply because he's
in Britain, for example, if you're above a certain age, you need kidney dialysis, you're not going to get it.
He went to this madrasa for 4 years.
Went to a madrasa.
Madrasa.
Madrasa. The kind of personality that allows normal Americans to get the rhythm of who he is.
Have you shaped that agenda at all in terms of perceptions of the war, in terms of how the war is viewed?
Una marcia nel giorno.
No, I didn't think so.
Un passo nella notte. È la mia antica dimora. È il mio santuario emotivo.